5:30. We will call this meeting to order. Thank you all for being here. Welcome. Some are more excited than others. Mr. Callahan, will you verify that we have a quorum present this evening?
We sure do.
All right, that said, Jack, would you lead us in a pledge of allegiance? Would you please stand?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You have an agenda in front of you. Then we would entertain a motion to adopt our agenda tonight.
Second.
With a motion and a second, any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you. Any opposed? Together with agenda, thank you. Similarly, we have minutes from our June meeting. They were sent to you previously and they're in your packets. You can hand those at your leisure or entertain a motion to adopt those June minutes.
Make a motion to adopt the minutes.
A second.
A motion and a second, any discussion? Not all those in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Thank you very much. All right, I am very happy to announce that we have a new board member in place. Which will give us a full board going back to, I don't know when the last time we had a full board, but very excited to welcome Vonda Blandin to our DDA. And Mayor Raffield, I think you're here to do her swearing in this evening.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, Ms. Vonda? Ms. Carly?
Thank you.
Do you have the oath?
Yes.
Precious.
Don't you stand for a second here?
Hey, Ms. Vonda.
Hi.
You'll place your hand on the
Flower? You could.
Okay, what you'll do is I'll read this. All you'll do is state your name, all right? I,
My question.
do swear that I will well and truly perform the duties of member of Downtown Development Authority to the best of my abilities and will take only my lawful compensation. I do further swear that I am not a holder of any unaccounted for public rights due this state or political subdivision or authority thereof. That I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, any foreign state which I am prohibited from holding by the laws of the state of Georgia. That I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of Georgia, and that I will support the constitutions of the United States and of this state, so help me God.
I do.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard, Ms. Vonda. One thing you can sign right here.
Yes, if you would.
Yeah.
In here, yeah.
Now, I'd love to get some family photos if you've got the family.
Just hold it. Yeah.
They're excited too.
Come back to me.
So it's say picture of life.
Hey, you want to take a picture?
No? Okay.
You all have to take pictures.
Let me see over there, please.
Do it. Look at that.
Just the pop out. Do one more.
Good. Say cheese.
Yeah, no, isn't it? That's so cute.
Ernest, one more picture with me if you don't mind.
No, real.
That's sort of.
Tell us a little call.
They said someone. Sad. Yeah, you too bad.
Once.
All right, board. I need the board.
All right.
See, there we go. You there when it's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Jack. Don't worry.
Got shorts. I'm acting like Cardi today all day.
Hey, shorts.
It's hot outside. You wear shorts one time.
Shift.
Sorry, I'm gonna dress.
One way or the
You're
other.
gonna get halfway up.
Yep.
You want the seal? The great
Everyone has to come get.
Yes.
Move down this way.
And then I'll sign up.
This way. This way.
Move to your left.
I don't know who you're looking at. It wasn't me.
Awesome.
You got this, guys.
All right, Carly, after this one.
Do I have to get in it?
Yes.
Okay, let me get one. Wait, we didn't get it. Only Rachel's
Sorry.
and Hoggy.
The first time I heard that one.
It's like I'm meeting Max, sorry.
Okay.
Very good.
Parrish, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, I thought we were
All
done.
right, I'll do that.
And then I need just the board members.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, listen, these angles, right?
Yeah. All right, now what else?
Okay, now just you guys.
All right. Okay. Now who's controlling?
Jump right up there, Matt.
Good now?
Very good.
I jumped right in front of you, I'm sorry.
Here with us. You could choose another location later, Jasper today.
Sounds perfect.
Get a feel for the place, right? Yeah.
Here, we'll be right on you.
Does she have an agenda?
Yeah, she has everything, Jack. Well, okay, you can keep on that. She has everything everybody else has.
Good.
Mr. Chairman, I'll leave it with you.
Mayor Raffield, thank you very much.
Thank y'all very much. Ms. Vonda, welcome aboard, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for the insight, Bert.
Vonda, welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
I'm excited.
Been talking about this for 2 months, right? Welcome. All right, moving on to old business. We need to formalize and adopt the official Main Street committees and committee assignments that were discussed in our June meeting. And as a refresher, what we didn't really vote on that at that point in time. We just had some suggestions, and those suggestions were for our promotions committee. Serving on that will be Marty, Pam, and potentially Vonda. She's willing to do that. I know first meeting, welcome to the DDA Board. We're going to assign you some responsibilities.
That's
Promotions.
Okay.
Marty, Pam, and Vonda. Economic Development, Parrish, Sonny, and Marty. Design would be Pam, Parrish, and Brian. Since he's not here, doesn't he? He'd have the choice, right?
Yeah,
And organization would be Jack, Parrish, and Brian. If we have a motion to approve those committees as stated, retain that at this time.
I'll make the motion to approve. That's,
I'll second.
We have a motion to second. Any discussion? That was easy. No discussion. All right. So with that, we'll take a vote. All those in favor of those committees, raise your right hand. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. And Vonda will explain to you what all that means shortly. Okay, Carly, downtown lighting. Any updates?
yes, real quick, I'm gonna run those committees back to make sure I have them right.
Okay,
Promotions is Marty, Pam, and Vonda.
correct.
Okay. Sunny, Parrish, and Marty, economic development.
Yes,
Brian, Pam, and Parrish at design. Brian, Parrish, and organization.
correct.
Okay. Downtown lighting is Jack has some.
Okay, so just to
Yeah.
let y'all know, I've been trying to get prepared for Kennesaw, and I haven't worked on the downtown lighting.
Which is good.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
That's okay.
But,
It's just good. Old business.
yeah, but I will jump on this after tomorrow when we meet with Kennesaw.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna prep for when Jack is ready, I'm prepping the paperwork, which means just creating the same form over and over with the individualized parcel number, name, and everything on it. So when he's ready for that, Brendan has the prepping notes whenever Jack's ready.
Chris.
So we have a finalized document from legal on how we're gonna do that.
Yes, Brendan has emailed that
Okay.
to me. And I think Jack, you picked up a copy, right?
Yeah, I've got, one copy that's going to disperse 5 around the, downtown.
We voted on that document.
Yeah. But that's what Brandon had to make from the attorney.
You got it.
What I was doing was making sure it was not too long. It was very complex, but I'm gonna disperse 5 copies and come back to y'all and see how that looks like.
Okay. My suggestion is we vote on that before it's distributed, but.
Well, you want me to do this, but have you seen it?
I saw the very first, rendering that I thought was a little bit lengthy, but
And that's my problem. I think it's a lot. Well, anyway, we'll do whatever y'all want to do.
I agree. I think it needs to be voted on before it's,
If that's fine.
yeah,
whatever you want.
disseminated.
the legal needs to approve the final
Sure.
rendition.
Correct.
Yes.
We do have some pretty specific things that we need to make sure that we're protected and the business and the property owners are, so. Okay.
So we'll just leave that in old business for next meeting.
Okay.
Okay? Very good. And I guess, Jack, if you have anything for us to review, in the interim, we can do that.
And that's what I'll do. As soon as I get that back from these 5 people that I'm going to distribute, then I'll get back and fashion up to Becky Parish and
And I can get them out to the board.
that's right.
Yeah, okay. Very good, thank you. On to new business. Carly, our community engagement manager, firm report, and Lindsay, our finance director, update.
Lindsay, you can go first, please.
I don't know where y'all would like me to.
Wherever you be.
So I can just stay here.
Mary, can I put the camera on wherever?
Thanks, Mary.
It's Chris.
Yeah. I just had a few things. Thank y'all for having me tonight. So Lindsay Williams, Finance Director. So with the Downtown Live, I just had a couple of things I'd like to go over and see if we could kind of make things a little bit smoother.
Okay.
So I'd like to try to get the payment request at least 10 days prior to the event, which Marty's saying great, got on to me last week, I think. So excited about that. We do have a check request that needs to be filled out and submitted with the payment request. Donations or vendor payments, if we could get that no later than the week before the event, like the Friday, not the Friday of the week of the event, but the Friday before, like a week before. That would help us. Sometimes I have a very limited staff, so if we're taking utility bills and other things, it kind of gets in the mix, so that would help us. And also something to protect us. There needs to be no payments accepted the day of the event. So no on-site paying when they come in. So Carly and I have discussed that, so sometimes people might put you in a bind, but yeah, I would not accept payments on-site. But anyway, if y'all have any questions, if next year we have the Downtown Live, so I'm sure y'all probably will. If y'all please include the finance department, we'd like to invite ourselves and see if we can't come up with some procedures and things that might help everybody and work smoothly. We want to work great with y'all and we want to be a good team. So if y'all have any questions, y'all can always reach out. So thank y'all for having me tonight.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thanks. The question I had, I just lost it.
Yeah.
Oh, I also understand about payments here, within that short period of time. Some people are just dropping off the payment and it might be in a business name that's not
Yes.
the business that's the vendor that we have, and we don't know where to apply the funds to, right? So that creates some confusion.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
very
Sometimes I just here's some money.
Yeah, right.
We like it, but we like to know where it goes. Can help y'all out. So
Unintended consequences. Yeah.
the forms would be great if they could come up with those.
Yeah. Okay.
Lindsay, y'all had a meeting, right? A budget meeting? Didn't we have a budget meeting?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it was more to just get me up to speed on where we're at in the budget, which is on the agenda today too.
Oh, okay.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, cover that.
Apologies, sorry.
When people are doing payments, is it like a payment? Like, I know I did a Jasper Live event the other week and I submitted a check. I just kind of like randomly dropped it off at the water lady.
Yeah.
But, I was like, I hope it gets to the right place. But is there like a payment link on the website? Is there a cutoff period? Like, because I've been seeing a lot of the emails that are going out. It's kind of just like, hey, pay this day. But then it's like things have been extended or this, that, or third.
Yeah, that's where it gets confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the problem
There is a form online on the website. I'm sure we don't accept credit card payments.
Yeah, we don't do online payments or credit card payments. There is a form that it's for the print off and bring in with the payment. And the Kendall and Abigail at the front counter, they're the ones that receive it. But it's supposed to be made out a certain way and dropped off with the form. And a lot of times this one is missing.
Yeah,
We're
yeah, I
having-
didn't know. I think I did a form.
Yeah.
So yeah, and sometimes that gets confusing. Or even, one time it took me and Brendan and them to figure out what. So just because when the check was in a different name than the vendor, so that thing gets.
Yeah, and that does happen, so.
Yeah.
We recommend a check or whatnot. I mean, the ladies at front, they can make change, they can do things like that, but, the form and, where it's going and the correct name is good too. So they know who to look for too when the vendors are showing up, and you can match who's paid to who's showing up, so.
Thank you, Lindsay.
And a formal process is going to be put into place for 2026. It's going to get through August. And then there's a very large overhaul of everything.
Yeah, majority of y'all's payments come in early, like the bigger payments. It's just the kind of one-offs, the vendor and stuff that's paying later, so.
Very good, thank you. Carly?
Okay, I'm not used to going through.
Gossip.
Okay, well, for Downtown Live, before I do Lindsay's counter, I got this. Don't take payments the day of the event is number one. I don't know what to do about that other than, they're getting the emails, they're getting texts, they're getting, and they're still doing it. I don't know. But try not to take them. Again, for 2025, it sort of is what it is. Maybe we'll let them come in and say Monday morning, drop it off. But we don't need to be handling the money out there on the street. It just is like a liability issue, kind of like Lizzie said it. So that's the really only big thing. For next time, I've kind of voluntold all of you, and you can tell me no. I kind of like as Brian last time, because I just told people that are checking in to follow the signs. They'll see Pam and Karen at check-in, and they'll go up the dome. They'll see Brian and Parrish and I'll be there early, setting up all the signs, help closing the roads, etc. And I'll be there till we leave. Sunny and Marty, if you do the same thing as last time, and then Jack will be on vacation, so no one to make fun of my
I'm sorry, I'll
house.
be gone too.
Okay, Dr. Parker will also be on vacation.
Sorry.
So, really, Marty, you will not be on vacation?
Let go.
You'll be good? Okay. Just checking. Okay. So, that's fine. So, okay. The last event went really well. Thanks to Parrish and his turtle hawk. And then, that went very well. Brandon Douglas, was super happy with it. So, she said I'm pretty much on my own in August, so we'll go. That big would not bust anything. So, let's see.
Well,
Okay.
can I just say, it's a night and day difference
Yeah.
from how things are handled now versus when this whole thing started. It is so much easier with all that you and Josh are doing and the setup. It couldn't. Do you agree? Anybody disagree with that?
Yes.
It's night and day.
Smooth.
So for as many things as you think might not be perfect, it is so much better from a setup perspective than it was in the past. So
Awesome.
appreciate that.
I'm glad. No, I actually want to thank you guys because it would be stressful to do without you guys. I'm glad it's going well. But yeah, if I didn't have you guys, it would not go as well. So thank you for being out there with me because I definitely couldn't do it by myself. And I don't think Josh wants to be checking people in, so he's grateful. Because you guys weren't out there, he'd be happy to help you do stuff. So I appreciate it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, the setup is honestly more fun than getting home at 1 a.m. Really tired.
So everybody should come to the setup.
Yeah,
Come on
it's
out.
a great time. Okay, the next thing, the GDA conference, the Georgia Downtown Association conference in August. Parrish and I are going to. I need the items for that by August 6th. I already have stuff from Pam, Parrish, Brian, Brandon, Hannah, Angela. You guys are here. Hello. Okay. They have been super helpful, and Randy and Jason from Sharp Top are putting together a whole thing. Amy Leak, KPB, the Chamber, Tanya from the police department makes t-shirts. She's gonna be making me one to put in it. So that's all been super great. So like I said, we have Tanya, Brandon, Hannah is handling Station 10 and Molly Drops, Brian, Pam, Chamber, Parrish, Amy. and her 2 salons, KPB. Angela has a whole mess of stuff. It's great. Jason and Randy are going overboard, so I can't wait to see what gets dropped off with that. And then they're making their own basket to go within the basket. They're really government stuff. I don't know what's in it, but
Win best in show.
I know, I'm excited. And then I'm putting some stuff in with like the city logo on it that I don't know what to put in there. And then there are, so you guys have a list of the people that like I've not heard from. But you already have Pam's name next to them because Pam and I already talked to them. If each of you could take like 1 or 2 of these, that would be awesome. And like to ask them, Eric, did I overlook you with your list? No, you got it.
I put.
Okay. So I put Pam's name next to the 2 that she's already handling. And so there's 14 of them and there's 7 of you now. So if you all wanted to take 2 of these people on the list and kind of try to get stuff to put in there.
So how much, when you're talking about stuff, how much do you need?
It doesn't matter. I mean, like, so Pam gave me a hat, a t-shirt, a koozie, and a sticker. The chamber gave me their puzzle, their Jasper puzzle, t-shirts, stickers,
So 5 or 6 items.
postcards. Yeah, I don't know what Randy and Jason are doing.
Okay, I
Angela's
got
getting
that.
together some stickers and
Some coats and like some books.
yeah, the books are local authors. I'm really excited about.
Nice.
So yeah, just whatever you. I think Brian's doing gift cards. Amy, I don't know what her plan is. I'm gonna pick stuff up for her. So yeah, just whatever
Okay.
is
You need them on when?
August 6th at the latest.
Okay.
And I will be out this Thursday and Friday, but Kim can take some if you want to drop them off to Kim if you don't. But also I can come get them from you when I get back or before I leave. Or I will see you the next 2 days also, so I know you're still
Oh, yeah.
pumped about that. Okay, yeah, so reminder that volunteer hours that you guys put in for other things you volunteer for, like parish running the flapjack 5K, not rushing, but running. That counts. So if you guys are ever doing volunteer hours for other things, if you let me know, because on the Main Street monthly report, it asks for how many volunteer hours the board has put in. It doesn't just have to be our stuff. So I always, and board meetings count, so you all always get your hours that were here, all the downtown live stuff. But if you ever do anything else, and you tell me that's worth hours for the report, which is good. Just a reminder that that is a part of the report.
So the voluntary hours are how often?
Every month I have to put in the monthly report to Main Street.
Okay.
Next thing, this is not a thing we're gonna really talk about tonight, but in August we will need to talk about it. This is more of a Brian thing, so is when we're gonna decorate Main Street with the fall decorations for like the photo ops on Main Street that we were talking about. So just that's again more of a Brian thing. Tomorrow, Jack, Pam, Parrish, and I are meeting with 3 people from Kennesaw State University at Jack's from the museum's archives and rare books department. Because in 2026 we're going to be starting on a history project that Brandon Douglas suggested we begin with Kennesaw State. So we have that meeting tomorrow. Reminder that Ebony will be here August 20th and 21st. Those meetings are held in the meeting room at the library because this room is booked already. Reminder for the September 16th and November 18th meetings.
What time do those meetings start with Ebony?
The first one's the
Yeah, they're
morning.
Um,
10 to,
No, that's the second one.
or the second.
Yeah, no, it's a half day and a half day.
Maybe if you could just email it.
Yeah, I'll email it to you again. I've emailed it, I can't even. Because she comes in the morning on the first day, but just Parrish and I will go with her to do some like outside things. Then we'll meet in the afternoon with everybody. The next day is kind of like a morning to early afternoon. It's like a weird thing. Some of us have already talked about this, but just remember that we're supposed to be looking for relationships to form with local nonprofits to work with them. So if you have any you already work with, let me know. For like the ideas we're going to be coming up with those smaller events and people that benefit by doing certain things, what have you. And then maybe we're going to talk about this again in a minute, but just a reminder that tonight we'll be talking about and hopefully adopting this 5 year Main Street boundary. I'm gonna call it the Main Street boundary because if I call it Central Business District, that confuses people because Central Business District is also a zoning district and that is not the type of Central Business District we're talking about here. So I'm gonna call it the Main Street boundary for the rest of tonight and forever. So when we talk about that in a minute, just a reminder that we will be creating an overlay for that. And we'll be amending the zoning code to create that. It'll match the Main Street boundary. Legal's already been looped in. On that, I talked to Mr. Sykes today a couple of times. But just FYI chat. And that's really all I got.
It's done. Any questions for Carly?
Yes, any question, this whole thing.
Thank you, Carly. Well, appreciate all your work. Could not do it without you. Okay, so item 2, under new business. Close, sir.
So, it's not
Better late
like you're
than
driving from, it's
never.
not like you have a real job or anything.
Next time, I'm gonna give you a standing ovation.
I thought about it, I almost did.
I almost texted and answered, I'm here, I'm in the parking.
All right, so item number 2 under new business, our November and December scheduled board meetings fall on strange weeks. The November 24th board meeting falls the week of Thanksgiving, and the December 22nd meeting falls the week of Christmas. Just kind of wanted to bring that to the board's attention in case we wanted to make any modifications to the schedule. Since that was, I guess we failed to acknowledge or see that when we made the meetings scheduled for this year, but we'll be sure to do a better job of that when we look at next year for sure. So, any thoughts?
You'll come up with me. I start saying this little monthly. There's maybe conflicts in that. Maybe.
It's the 22nd.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Correct.
So,
Be up a week, so that would be what, this, the 15th?
Yeah.
So typically, the council sets the calendar on the organizational meeting in January, so, I'm hoping this year, the DDA will have an organizational meeting in January, as the bylaws kind of dictate, so that'll be something where there'll be a little bit more, interaction on those meetings, so that'll be good.
Definitely be getting ahead of it.
This is for next year.
Yeah, agreed.
And just, I can compliment, this is our 7th meeting this year, we had 5 total last year, so.
So you thinking about the 17th, going to November, or the 10th?
It'll be the 16th.
No, the 17th is the Monday in November.
I really have
Is
no
it a
opinion on it.
Tuesday? That's not,
Yeah.
I thought it was a Wednesday. That's
So do the 17th?
all day.
Yeah, my only thought is, I just worried that if everybody has conflicts with that week, we won't even have a forum to even have a meeting. So I just wanted to make sure that it was in front of you so that you knew that was an issue. I'll be in town, very likely for both of those, so I'm not.
You all better be in town for November, the week of the 17th, because on the 18th, you all have to be at Chattanooga back there.
That's right. That's right.
Not negotiable.
Well, I mean, in town, the dates.
Oh, okay, like on that.
Dates, yeah.
I was like, nobody's flying to Montana the day. It's a November 18th week. You can see.
So, do I hear a motion? Do we want to move a motion to move the November and December meetings up 1 week earlier?
Sweet.
I think so.
We have a
I
motion.
agree.
Marty,
Second.
we have a second. Jack, thank you. Any further discussion on that?
They don't have.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Stupid body.
All right. Item number 3 is a quick one, and it's kind of flowing to item number 4. Sonny's point about we had a budget meeting. Lindsay, Brandon, Douglas, Carly, myself, Kim. Were in that meeting, and really the purpose of that meeting was to be more up to speed on the budget timing, the budgeting process, understanding what's requested of us, and I came away with a much better understanding of all that. I think the way that the fiscal calendar works in the city sort of is different than what I'm used to as a business owner. So now I sort of have a better understanding of that. I appreciate Lindsay, all of them giving me, I said that I got the A team here. I mean, I didn't know I was going to get everybody, but it was very kind of y'all to give me an hour of your time and help both Carly and I grab a better understanding of that. And so that's going to be definitely something we're going to be talking about. We need to approve our budget for 2026 in the September meeting ahead of the council's meeting in October. So we'll make sure that we do that. And that can be an item, a topic in our planning meeting this Wednesday, as far as, creating a list of things that we would like to accomplish, the costs associated with that, so that we're in a better position to vote on it in that September meeting and then present it to council in their October meeting. So
Exciting to have this continue to be more and more formalized. I think the first year Marty kind of just stood up and said, we'd like somebody in the council ultimately supported that, and each year we've sequentially made it a little bit more formal. Last year we actually had a sit-down meeting, and I was excited to see you meet with the A team, just because it is an important part of the council's commitment, and it's exciting.
Well, we appreciate the council's support. We could not do this without them. And, the least we can do is, get our ducks in a little more in a row, moving forward. So with that, I'll move on to item number 4. That's the planning meeting July 30th. I just wanted your thoughts on what you want to see agenda-wise for our meeting on Wednesday. Ideally, we didn't plan to have 2 meetings in 1 week. We had to push this back a couple weeks. So we are meeting Wednesday to have that meeting. But are there, besides the budget, which I think is one of the items we need to talk about for next year, are there any other items that you'd like to see us discuss?
Planning other events.
I didn't get that. Could you try it again?
Can you say that again?
Planning other events.
When you say other events in addition to Downtown Live?
Correct.
Okay.
I'll bring your lists that you've already emailed me. I have more for you now.
Oh, good.
I printed them out on my desk.
Okay. What else?
So I think this is a time where we could start charging Carly with some of the more expansive duties that she's ultimately going to hopefully be participating in, specifically as it relates to Main Street and economic development. So there are, other than events, there are other things that DDAs and Main Streets can participate in that are that help the city facade grant type situations. Just a lot of different running some things by us all to see what we feel like we need to make commitments to, so things like that.
Okay. So Main Street was definitely one of the things I had. That kind of dovetails into that conversation.
The landscape,
Okay.
holiday planning. We're really kind of behind the 8 ball on that, but yeah.
Oh, before you got here,
We talked about that.
I said this is a Brian thing, that next month, we're gonna need to talk about decorating downtown for the fall, when we wanna do that, and get everything materials for fall decorations for the photo spots on Main Street.
I just think,
First day of fall is September 22nd. I do the other days.
but as far as, like I said, not in so much holiday planning, but more the landscaping, things like that we're going to do next year. I think that's going to be a biggie, especially if we need to approve a budget by September. We need to know kind of, look at what we've seen, what we voted on this year, the marketing, social media, things like that. I mean, we really haven't touched on all of those things.
Social media.
So the challenges on the budget, guys, will be the fact that even though the DDA may have a budget that we feel like that is a workable budget, ultimately it all depends on the council passing the budget. That's the situation we got in last year. Why we were a little bit delayed in Carly's hire because it was a very stressful budgeting year. We didn't know where it was gonna land with council. I would only anticipate this is gonna be another stressful year budget-wise because of all the issues going on around, not so much about the tax appraisals, but how the House bill homestead is gonna play into that for us. And I don't know that we really have those answers yet, but
Yeah.
that is still something that we need to plan for, and then we can be encouraged or discouraged at the time when council gets it formed.
That's correct. And that was among the learnings for me in that budget meeting was, that we need to be very clear about the things that we're asking for and why, and then we may not get any or all of those things, right? But we need to come prepared with our plan and what we want to accomplish for the year or so, and and like you said, Brian, the associated costs. So, okay. Anything else? What needs to be on that?
Yeah, like sponsor packets and stuff, like more formalized ways of asking for money, basically, instead of us just, calling someone on the phone, like have a formalized, like, here's,
Okay.
if we can fit it in. I know we can't fit in everything in that day.
Well, Downtown Live is on that agenda with your really events.
Okay.
And Downtown Live falls into that. So I think there's, I know Carly has a lot of ideas about how we always do things better, right? I mean, as good as they are, we can always do it better. And I think hopefully we get good attendance at our community meeting where, we want the feedback from, business owners and residents and so that we can hear the community about what they would like to see us be, doing and changing. But I think that's part of that. Yeah. Those events are too important. Any other thoughts on that?
I think there'll be a lot of overlap with all these things. We're talking about the formality of Main Street.
Agreed.
So fundraising, community development and volunteers, all of those things are going to be things that we will formalize as we go through that process.
Agreed. And that's what makes the Main Street program so beneficial to us, is because it gives us a track to run, holds us accountable to meeting certain deadlines, to developing plans and identifying areas of opportunity. And so that's what's exciting for me about the Main Street. I mean, the designation is whatever it is, but for me, it's the process
Right.
to get there that really help, clarify what we're trying to accomplish and give us some direction on how to do it too. So, okay, hearing nothing further there. If you think of something, just text me, email me, whatever, we can add whatever we need to. I just wanted to have some open conversation about that. All right, item 5 is the Main Street boundary discussion and vote. Carly and I, in our meetings, that we have a week before this meeting to start formulating the agenda, looked at the current boundary map and there was a couple things missing. I think you have a copy of that current boundary map.
The current boundary is the last page of the Secretary of State's document you have in front of you.
It's a little hard to see
Yeah, it's from like the 80s.
on that. Yeah, it's smaller. But what you have in front of you and what is on display in front of the podium here is a proposal, nothing more. We didn't think it would be a good use of our time to bring a blank map and start having conversations about where this boundary should be. So we put together sort of a recommendation that changes the boundary somewhat, not a ton, but somewhat. Like for instance, the Woodbridge was not part of the existing map. We think they should be in that. So this encompasses that. Also, the park was not in the original, that it is in this one. And there's reasons for that. Carly could probably explain that better than I can, but there are grants available when you include a park into the boundary map. And so we might be eligible for some money to help improve those areas. And so we thought it was important to include that in there. You will see Walgreens is not currently in this proposal. I don't know how important that is. It kind of came down to, it would be weird to draw, where do you draw the lines if you included that corner in that? And I'm not sure how important it really is, but I'm just bringing that to your attention. So any thoughts? Outside of a motion to accept the boundary map as presented?
My initial thought is that it looks very big to me. My understanding was that the Main Street thing would be smaller, just to have a smaller area to focus in. Understand adding the park, or when you say the park, are you saying Harrow Park?
We're putting Perot and he's referring to Jasper City Park, but we are adding Perot and Jasper City Park into it as that's in your drawing, not we are. They're both included in your drawing. They're both currently not in the boundary. So this map would put Jasper City Park and Perot Park in the boundary.
That's correct.
And technically Peach Park.
Peace Park's already in there.
Peace Parks.
Yeah, Peace Park, yeah. Oh yeah, we would have all three. Yes, we would have three.
Correct.
Yes.
Which could be very beneficial for us.
Yes, very.
Well, the area that has like the old quilt shop that's been on that railroad track, this is a little confusing.
It's in there.
Yes, it's not currently in there. We want to get it in.
It's a,
Yeah, so it's in the drawing. It's that little tiny, the only thing that says HB right here, that's the train depot. And you literally can't see it. It's such a tiny little piece of property. The map is impossible to see.
and I agree, Vonda, that's important that it be included, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really nice historical spot, so being dedicated.
I think it's changeable, number one, so even though we make the decision and ultimately council will weigh in on this, we can always change it. The focus of the Main Street program, I think, Jim, I'll make sure we just have an area, I don't know if it's falling one around the other. But I also think it's important that we try to plan ahead for what might be coming our way with respect to Main Street. And I think by having the residential in there, at least all of those areas are fairly walkable to Main Street, even though people don't necessarily look at it that way. I like the fact that it pretty much gets us to the chamber and city court of Leeden's right there, close. I think long-term Leeden is going to be part of our downtown area. I really do. Maybe not in my lifetime, but in the future. So I know it's very easy. Council can change this very easily.
Okay, it's good input.
Well,
Thank you.
But they'll have input to it if you have specific things after tonight's meeting, if you want to address it with council, but you can do that as well.
I just think maybe I don't know, when we took the trainings for Main Street and everything, stuff from the public is very important, their input. So should we wait until our meeting with the public to see what their ideas are? Maybe have a, map laid out and see where they think it should be, or does that matter? I guess I'm just confused about it. I don't know.
I think there's some time.
She's talking about September 18th.
September 18th.
What's their timing issues with having the
Or
map?
September 16th, sorry. Well, okay, that's one way to do it, honestly.
It's a good point.
Yeah, so the idea was, and this is just me in my day-to-day, was to adopt this so that council can approve our adoption of it, or they can vote, because they're gonna have to vote on this too, after we do. And they have the opportunity to also discuss. So I was trying to get this to have it live before the September meeting, to show them this is what I'm talking about. But, we don't have to.
My fear with it is just someone coming to the meeting and be like, well, why am I not on this? Or why am I in this? I didn't sign with this, I don't know, just looking ahead.
Well, so we did talk a little bit
So is there a
about.
timing issue with when we have to have the map as it relates to beginning our Main Street program?
Not that I'm aware of that's gonna cause an issue right now.
Okay.
We just had this, when I talked to Elizabeth and then Brandon, I had a meeting with Brandon Beckler tonight. Is that, my thought process, my plan was to have you guys adopt this, have council adopt it, so that September we could have it live to say, hey, this is the boundary. this is what I'm talking about, and I've explained to you why we're even here.
So this is sitting on this is sitting on next Monday's.
It's for the September.
No, it will be on next Monday if we vote on it tonight. If we don't, it'll come off next Monday's agenda for council. They're waiting to see what we do tonight, or you guys do tonight. They know there's a possibility that I have an item on the agenda for Monday. But if we don't vote it on tonight and we postpone it, then they'll remove my item, which is no big deal. So this was also a conversation Brandon and I had had is then we don't have to vote on the logos, which is something that council does not have to vote on. So that is just, so that's a one-time vote on a two-time vote, which is it's a little quicker. But so then we can have that. So it's the people in the ballots that can have input on that if they want to. So we're not assigning a logo to somebody that's like that needs done. I hate that. So that we did want the people in the ballot to be able to have their buy-in, as Brandon would say, on the logo that's going to be assigned to Jasper's Main Street City for Georgia Main Street for Main Street USA. So that then the logo could go like the no bid for meeting. That was kind of the like thought process. However, if we scrap it, I'm just here to do what you guys want. So like we don't have to do my plan. If you guys want to like change the plan, I would implement the plan to change. Not, well, like it's up to you. Whatever I caught that way, one way or the other. It's not like you could. It's like I'm just played devil's advocate because that's what I like to do. No, it's a well, we kind of have to.
To Proctor's point, could we adopt this tonight, and then if the public disagrees with something, we could potentially edit it and talk about keep edging. So.
Are most cities like were other cities like looked at and like are their boundaries also all crazy? Yeah, I went to Canton, I went to Livonia, I talked to Elizabeth about it, and I read those like paperwork on it. And so like right now, as our stands, it just kind of cuts off some people that does audition for details. And also, I mean, it's we have this as a standpoint from me being new as a staff perspective, the people that have seen this are, besides when Parrish and I had our meeting, is Chief Sherry. And that is because he used to be in Parrish control this team. He's familiar with what we're doing. So I saw where you're like the fire chief to see the map. But since he does it too for. So he's seen it, the mayor, Tanner Branton, and I. Only because I was discussing, do you think any of this goes again? Main Street, like, this is my first time making Main Street map, so we're helping you guys read one, I should say. And nobody on my side had to be probably with it. It is advisable. One that was to go 2 streets back off your Main Street, which this very clearly does. The parks, to Parrish's point, is where else are we going to get the money to do Southern Tree and Sweeney and Dales at the park? Nowhere. Except Main Street, I can get money grants specifically allocated to park facilities in our community through Main Street. That was get more of it. So I'm to do stuff with the parks. So that's a thing I share in the public. It's very, very often, very all the time. And so I figured if we put it in there, it's a good place for us to allocate grants that we can get through the Main Street program that I talked with me and Livonia about. She gave me a full binder for full with. I made a copy for Parrish. It's good. It's all really good stuff. So, she kind of gave me the idea. So their boundaries aren't like just a square. Oh, the ice squares are like new.
Their boundaries are everywhere. So
that's
the bubble. That's
why I don't want ours to be really messed up. Yeah, on the street. Yeah, no, this is like draft freeze. We tried really hard to get this as close to what we think is appropriate for you guys to look at. Now, again, this is a DDA board decision. This is not a city decision. So, if you guys say flip this, we'll flip it. This is just what we tried when I was talking with the meet and Boga, Mornings actually, and then by that Brandon. This is just how we were trying to accomplish. Just to give you guys an idea, like Parrish said, here's a note like after like, well, I don't know where to draw it. And this did take 3 tries because it was harder than I thought to be. Because if you get it kind of where it's not makes sense.
some guess. Well, if we do not vote on it tonight and we put it off, waiting, and I'm a firm believer that too many choices. We want to give inputs, but I think we need to if we go late and get, but that we need to wait and give the input until we take that in, that and say, okay, here's our three options. This is orders. We say, here's the three options. What makes the most sense if we're doing it? It's otherwise, there's no time for some reason we can't adopt this, that, and then but that's where I was like, I think we need to adopt something and build on. And we had to do the culture. Yeah, if we can change it, what is a fat shirt? And that make a difference. So like it, we'll even make like, I'll make most of it start. I'll say, man, there we go. Did we what? Did we start with this? Adopt this, yes, as the Main Street boundary map. Correct. We have a second. Any further discussion?
It's important to realize this is a requirement of Main Street. And it also, for the agendas at the December 2023 planning session that y'all had. I didn't participate in that, and this is really kind of the last day where we did it all be required. And then for those just have to call in place and that go back to the memorandums of understanding, all those things that'll be done. And I think we're moving forward.
Does that mean we'll have a designation after this? Is that what you're saying?
No.
I wasn't in that fight because I wasn't checked.
It's a test. We have pass tips.
Just those are all prerequisites to even enter the program. This is these loads. All right, any other discussion? A motion, a second, to adopt the presented Main Street boundary maps. All those in favor, aye. Any opposed? Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Having nothing further on the agenda,
First, may I have one point?
yes.
This come to my attention, there's some concern from the public that I serve on the city council as well as the DDA Board and all the Main Streets program. And so I wanted to get it out there publicly. If Georgia Law 3642-7, A3 clearly states that some member of the municipal government can participate on the DDA. And so there's no conflict of interest according to state law. As it relates to the Main Street program, it's really best practice that the DDA Board also be the Main Street award. And that comes from the instruction Department of Community Affairs, Elizabeth Valley. So there is no conflict from me serving in those three roles. Would there be for any other member in signing those certain roles? So that's short. Yes, sir.
Did I do what they said quick? This lets the overview of the businesses, the ones that I've already taken care of, and the one that has not. It can be good. This can be accurate for we did like use Brian's and pass it down, and you could always put your name next to two of them. Find out those copies of food. That'll be great. And I need 2 sets of minutes signed by Parrish Marty. So they can be the one Parrish has and one Marty has. Feel free to find it. I'll take them back of me. So that'd be great.
Listening Albert. Vonda, welcome. Again, glad to have you on board. It does not escape me that you are giving your time as a volunteer on this board. So I want you to know that. And I appreciate all the hours and your input and the thought that goes into all the things we've discussed tonight, which, takes a lot more than just an hour of our time to do all those things. So I very much appreciate what you all do. It encourages me to want to be more as part of this organization than ever before because the passion that you show. So I appreciate that very much. Our next meeting is September 22nd at 5:30, Brian. Yes, 5:30. 5:30. Great. So they show that that's out there. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Somebody, we have a motion. We have a second. Sorry. Or second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The adjourn. Thank you.